This is the USB AX Logic Analyzer module that comes with the AX test pod, and this is intended to capture the 8 digital signal lines at the end of the pod and display them over time in the waveform view here. We're going to start by simply pressing acquire. We already have 2 signals attached to signal 0 and signal 1 on our pod that are oscillating, and we can scroll very far out in time and see that these pulses are toggling. And using the cursors, we can place a cursor by putting our arrow in the cursor's bar and clicking the left mouse button for the X cursor, and the right mouse button places the O, and we can then see down here that the time between those cursors X to O is 15.74 milliseconds. This particular trace was taken at 24 megasamples per second into a buffer size of 40 million samples. So if we zoom out to see all the samples from the beginning to the end, this trace takes just under 2 seconds, 1.6 something seconds. You don't lose any of the resolution. You can still scroll and zoom into any particular part of this waveform. All of the samples are there, and you get to see all the details so that you can do cursor measurements and things like that. The current trace that we have captured does not have a particular trigger event specified, meaning that the capture occurred immediately after we started pressing the acquire button. But if you would like to capture a particular event, you use these 4 trigger states, and they are a series of sequential states that must happen before the next state is entered. And for example, if we want to see a falling edge of signal 0, we will look for a high and then a low on signal 0, so that when we press acquire, you'll see the trigger position is placed when we zoom in on the falling edge of signal 0. If we want a rising edge, similarly, we change it from low to high, and all you do is press the button to toggle what the states are, acquire, and you'll see that the trigger position is now put at the rising edge. You can have combinations. You can say that I want a rising edge while this edge is low. In this case, it does not occur because the pattern that I have generated is such that the signal 1 is always high when the rising edge occurs, so we can stop that. We can have it capture when the signal is high, and we see that it triggers, and that is that particular position right there. Thank you for using the USB AX Logic Analyzer. If you have any further questions, this is all detailed specifically in the USB AX User's Manual, which is on your computer in the Program Files USB AX directory. And if you have other questions after that, please feel free to contact us at support